and go.
That means don't turn the ball over. It could be a 6-0 run, a 12-0 run on 4 possessions. You got to make sure you take care of the ball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Chicago right now, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Parker out there with Markkanen. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Simmons, after Lauri Markkanen, misses from long range. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And there's the pass to Dunn. Levine against Redick. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Levine.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, I like the effort. It always feels good to get on the board first.
And Simmons kicks to Covington. Here's Redick. Shot clock reset for Philadelphia. Covington dishes to Embiid. Here's Simmons. Carter with the block.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
It's stolen by Sharks. Goes up. Whoa!
Goodness. Woo. And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to waste that effort. You want to cash in on these extra possessions. They certainly did that time.
Now here's Levine. Covington with the steal. Redick passes to Saric. That shot, no good. Nice D from Levine. And here are the Bulls now.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together. What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever is brave enough to try to take him on.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's good.
So we'll see Zach LaVine go to the line here. That's on J.J. Redick. Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Now here's Saric. And it's Simmons penetrating. Here's Embiid. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Parker against Covington. Offensive rebound. Carter kicks to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
Bulls shooting their second and third free throws tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time. That 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat. What was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan is arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing errors that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Levine can't hit.
I think a kick out is the better option there. Defense had the rim on lockdown.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. He almost corralled it in for the steal. And
still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And then listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and having gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been. Okay, I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, this roster is built for guys with speed. They're running the floor hard in the first quarter.
Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Markkanen is out there with Carter, and it's Parker in at the small forward. Saric, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined. But give him that shot again, he'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Covington's shot is off.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing. Those two things that he possesses. You can't lay that pass in there any better.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
They set the pick. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Now here's Covington. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Redick inside the line. Doesn't go for him. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Pass to Carter. Parker left side. Covington with the steal. And Simmons slams it in.
Sensational speed by Simmons. Trucking it down the court and beating everyone.
Markkanen in the corner. Buries it from three-point range. Markkanen's got 5 points now this quarter.
You love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
Here's Simmons. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
And Simmons is totally comfortable near the rim, using his body well. To get the shot he wanted.
Well, the big story from the Bulls last offseason was trading Jimmy Butler. It had to be. He had strife with the front office, problems with players. Both sides seemed to want to move on.
Philadelphia leading by 4. And Simmons slams it in.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
Chris, as you said, the strength of this Bulls team last season came from Wade and Butler. And speaking of Wade, what better a player to act as a mentor for this team than Dwayne Wade?
Well, it's hard to get fair value for a guy like Butler. It was clear that Chicago needed to mix things up. Now, LaVine, I really like his game. He can really help this team. And they, Markkanen, that's decent.
They get it again. Out to Saric. Second chance shot. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
No answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
No good that time. Levine passes to Markkanen. 3 seconds left with 1 on the clock.
And don't sleep on Simmons.
Philadelphia leading by 7. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Embiid is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Simmons in at the point guard. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Saric got it. Good job in the low post. Saric has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the 76ers. Here's Levine.
Look out.
That's a beautiful jam.
And I don't know if there's anybody who can match Levine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Great sideline, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
On the wing, Levine. Out to Parker. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And that's now 10 points for Parker.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Redick dishes to Covington. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Shot clock at 6. Simmons on the wing. Covered by Parker. No good from Simmons.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Feeds to Parker. For the lead. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
And Chris, the Sacramento teams who are on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that.
Well, 2 things. You have to have an offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into the game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. And Parker drops them both. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching, just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them, didn't know what his expectations, never played with him. So, no, I never saw it coming.
And that misses. That would have put him up.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop.
Redick with the bucket. 59 seconds left in the third. Parker outside. And the dunk by Parker.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about the slashing ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive mentality.
They get it back. Out to Parker. Top of the key, done. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. It's stolen by Sharks. Now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. And stolen by Dunn. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's good. Levine's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offense.
And Redick kicks to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Straight
rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Off target with was what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
3/4 of play in a close game here. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Markkanen is out there with Parker, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Levine passes to Dunn, and Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Dunn. And that's 10 points for Lauri Markkanen. Simmons dishes to Saric. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Dunn. Guarded by Simmons. Dunn's shot's good.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Simmons against Parker. Back to Simmons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Out to Parker. Carter on the wing. The dish to Markkanen. It's stolen by Saric. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Simmons. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for Dario Saric.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently with the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
2 points. That one goes.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Now, that's a gutsy take on this part to make that happen. I mean, he would not have tried that over the large defender.
Parker. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Parker's got 13 points here in the second half alone. The 76ers trail. Simmons with it, and it's Carter picking him up. The offensive rebound. Embiid kicks to Covington. Redick passes to Simmons. Outside for Redick. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the 76ers lead by 2. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And anytime you're on the road and you can answer with a 3 right back and take the lead, that is what we call being beyond clutch.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Out to the right wing. Parker outside. Goes up the baseline. Kick out to Levine. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid. Yes!
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Here's Carter. Nails it! And he has brought them to within 2 points. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
Redick dishes to Embiid. Outside for Simmons.
You gotta admire the hard work by Simmons, a genius at drawing contact.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead.
And it's still within reach.
Well, they need to get a few buckets and a number of breaks to go their way. This is not impossible.
Parker kicks to Dunn. Here's Levine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one on Embiid.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 12 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's a lot to talk about in this huddle. They'll also have to decide who they'll want to foul.
12 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Markkanen. And again, no good by Chicago. So the 76ers win it. They didn't make it easy.